Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Happy New Year. So today we are going to learn how to cut and sew a bridal gomesi. So I'm using this sari material and these are 6 yards. Then I also need satin lining. So I'm going to use this ordinary satin. These are 2.5 meters. Then I need the mdalizo. Then I also need my gomesi buttons. Then we also need the scissor, the tape measure. Okay, now let's get started. So we are going to first remove the piece for the cover and the arms. So I want to use this decorated part because you know our sari has this decorated part. So this other part is plain, as you can see. This other part is plain. So I want to use this decorated part for my sleeves, this decorated part. So we have to measure 33 inches. So if I'm measuring, I'm going to start from here because I'm going to use this part to decorate it somewhere else, this piece. So, or you can even just cut from here because we want our sleeves to show this part, as you can see this part. So we are going to cut here going upwards. So this part will be for the sleeves and the cover. This is the cut piece. This is the piece I've removed to make the sleeves and the cover. So I'm going to first cut using the lining, then after I'll place this material. I'm going to cut the sleeves. You're going to fold the material like this. Then you get your pins because we need to pin to avoid our work from being disorganized. Then you pin. So now we're going to start drafting. We start with the hem. The hem is 1.5 inches. I think you can see clearly 1.5 inches. So this is for the hemming, 1.5. So from this 1.5 going upwards, we are going to measure 21. We are going to measure 21 from here going upwards. We are measuring 21. So this is the standard measurements for the sleeve. Yeah? So here I have. From here going upwards, you're going to measure 9.5. From where I have stopped, you're going to measure 9.5. You have to square out. So this is 9.5. I'm sorry, my chalk is too small. 9.5. Then you square out. This is 9.5. Yeah. Then I have squared out. Then from this point going this wards, I'm going to measure 5 3/4. Or you can even measure let's make it 6. I made it 6. So then we square up. You square up. So draw this line, squaring up. Here going this side is 11 inches. I'm using inches. Then here downwards on the sleeve, I'm going to make 9. As I told you, I'm giving you the standard measurements for the sleeve. These are the standard measurements. Then I'm going to join this line to this line. Then we join. Let me hope we are on the same pace. So then we come here upwards and add here another pin. So here upwards I'm going to measure 2.5 because I want to shape the sleeve. This is 2.5. This was now line, so now this is 2.5. Let me hope we are together. Then again from this point going upwards again I'm going to measure 2.5. Hope we are clear. Then from this point coming downwards I'm going to measure 1, like that. Then from this point I'm going to measure 2 inches. These are 2 inches. So now I'm going to shape my sleeve. So you're going to make a slight curve from here up to here. Then again you bring the curve through this point, then through this point. Then our sleeve is done. So we are going to cut like this, like this. So now let's cut out. You can fold this part. You don't want to make mistakes. You fold this part. Then you cut out. So I'm cutting out my sleeve. So this is my first sleeve. So you're going to press out and then you make the other sleeve. Should be having 2 sleeves. Now let me get you when you're done with the other sleeve. If you're done with the sleeves, we are going to cut this unwanted piece to make the lining for the cover. We're going to cut it out and make the lining for the cover. So I'm going to make here 7 inches. So you're trying to make a gomesi as I told you. This gomesi is for hiring, this gomesi is for the bagole. So this gomesi is fit for a person who is 38 to 40 inches, yeah? Like the bust measurements. She should be 38 to 40, or even like, let's say like 36, 37, 38, 39 up to 40. So we have 7 here. Then going upwards, we have 9 inches. These are 9. So here we have 6.5. 6.5. And again I measure the 9 because I want to have something straight. Then I join. Then again I join this to this. Let me hope you understanding this. So then from here the neckline I'm going to give 2.25. Then coming downwards I have 4 inches. Again these are 4. Then this is 2.25. So then I join this to this and this to this. So now my cover is done. So we are going to cut it out. like this. So this is the back cover. So you want to make the front cover. So to make the front cover, you're going to place this back cover, and you trace out something like this. So for this gomesi, we are going to make only this one part because this is the lining. If this cover has disturbed you, you're going to check in my bio and then you search for the other gomeses that I uploaded. Then you learn the simpler way of cutting out this cover. So now let's trace out, then we make the front cover. So now this is our front cover. So we are going to measure 8 inches from here, 8 inches from this part up to where the 8 are. So my 8 inches are here. So I mark this part, and then I also square down. So I'm going to cut out this remaining part, so this is where our buttonholes are placed. This part is for the buttonholes. So now we are done with the part for the buttonholes. So now we are going to trace out the part for the buttons. So the part for the buttons, you're going to get, I think, this part. You're going to trace out only this part. So you place like this, and then you trace out this part. This is only one, they are not folded, so you trace out. So now I'm done with cutting my cover. So this is how your work will look like after sewing. So this part should be this side. So now after cutting the sleeves, you're going to get the sleeve. Let me show you. So as you can see, this one, so this is the wrong part and this is the right side. So you're going to fold this hemming line that we made, this one for the hem, you fold it towards the right side like this. So then we are going to sew here like this. We're going to start stitching here the way I've pinned this. So you're going to stitch here on both sleeves. So now I had cut my sleeves, mine I was telling you what to do. So you get your, this is my material down here. This is my material. Let me remove this and I'll show you very well. So this was my lining. I did the sewing here as I have told you, stitching. So this is the material. So with this material, this is the wrong side of the material, and this is the right side of the line. So the right side faces the wrong side. So when you're cutting here down, you should leave some space. I think you can see what I did. Then after you cut, so now let me show you how to make the cover. This is how my sleeve looks like when I'm done cutting it. So now for the cover, again, this is the wrong side and this is the right side of the material. This is the right side and this is the wrong side. And also for the cover, you'll get this right side, it will face the wrong side of the material. Then for the cover, you will just cut out. Don't leave any space, you just cut out. Let me get when you're done with cutting out. So if you're done with cutting the cover, your work will look like this. You have this side material and material, then one piece of lining. So when you're going to stitch, you're going to get one part of the material and you push it at the back like this, like this. So then you're going to stitch, you're going to mark a half inch, half, then you stitch. Same applies to this one. You're going to make this one material, you got the back, then you mark a ½ inch, then you stitch, you stitch, you stitch. So on this one, when you get here, you're going to leave 1½ inches. So you're going to stitch from here coming this side up to around here. Then on also this one, you're going to stitch on the straight side only, but you're also going to leave 1½ inches on the down side. So now let me get when you're done with stitching. So now we're done with making our covers. As you can see, I've notched here. So now we are going to iron. I taught you how to iron in my previous videos of the gomesi. So now we are going to iron. Thereafter, you're going to get the sleeve. You can see the sleeve. Then you get stiff net. You can use any color. Then you're going to put that stiff net. You can see what I'm doing here. Then you put the stiff net here, and then you place back the lining. So now we are going to sew along the edges, and even when you get here down, you're going to sew along this edge. So let's do that. So now we are done with ironing. The next part, we are going to top stitch. You're going to top stitch from here up to where you stopped, up to where your seam stopped. Even on this side, you're going to top stitch here, and on this one you're going to top stitch here around the neck. So for the sleeve, we are done with putting the net. So we are going to cut out the excess. After cutting out the excess, you're going to turn your work. We want to join this side, but you're going to join it on the right side like this. So now I'm done with joining, as you can see. So we're going to cut out the excess. Cut out the excess. Then after, you're going to turn your sleeve like this inside. Then you stitch here. Hope you've understood what I've told you. So you stitch here. So now I'm done with this sleeve, as you can see. So let me turn it and I see how it looks like. You can see it looks very neat. So our next step, we are going to measure 11 inches. You're going to measure 11 starting from here. Starting from here going upwards, because you want to mark the dot for the pleats since we used cramming method. But if you did not use cramming method, you just measure here the 6½ or 6 that left for the pleats. But we used cramming method, so we are going to measure the 11. Put your tape measure here, then you rotate it like this. Like this. So my 11 inches are here. So I'm going to mark here. I'm going to make a notch. So my pleats are going to start from here. So now we are going to start to make the pleats. As you can see, this is the part that I marked first. So you need to be having your scissor, as you can see this one. So I'm going to start. You pull this up, you make the first pleat. We are going to use this, so you use this scissor and you push the pleat up to where you feel that the needle is, up to where you feel the needle. You can make any size or any size. So then you stitch. Then again we are going to make the other pleat. So again you fold. So this pleat should be in front of the first pleat. Then again you push it to the needle. I think you can see. Then again you stitch. Then again you make the other pleat. Again it should be on top of the it should be in front of the other pleat. So you can make many pleats as you can. So we are going to make these pleats up to where we made the other notch. This is my other notch, so I'm going to make the pleats up to this notch. Let me make the other pleat. You push it using a scissor. These pleats are not very complicated. If you can learn the technique, they are very easy. I'm making the other one. Let me hope you understanding. I'm making the other one. And this one is my last pleat because my notch part is around there. So this is my last pleat. Now I'm done. Let me remove it and we see how it looks like. So I'm done with sewing the pleats. So let me see how they've come out. Hope you can see. This is how my sleeve will look like. So now we are done with part A. Please don't forget to subscribe. Then I'll upload part B later.